3, 2, 1, go!
Hello Nidorinos and Nidorinos, it is KingNido here, and we are kicking off round 12 of the 2022 PokeType League season with a huge matchup as the Olivine are hosting the new Mortal Devils, and the Dark types are starting out with Drapion and Weaver. It'll be Steelix and Bishop starting out for the Olivine, who have lost all the momentum that they started this season with. They have lost their last 3 games, and if they lose this one, they run the risk of falling out of the Elite Four. Weaver starting off with a not very effective scratch there onto Steelix, who has that massive 200 physical defense, and that Mega Horn is practically going to do nothing to Steelix as well. But Zen Headbutt will not affect the Dark type Pokemon from Bishop. Steelix now going for the Air Slash onto Weavile, getting some good damage in there. Weavile responding with a Headbutt, continuing that not very effective chip damage onto the massive Pokemon. But Drapion now going for the Disarming Voice will hit both Steel types. It won't be very effective on Steelix, that Dark type, in making it regular damage to Bishop, but Bishop tanks that hit so well and goes for the mean look, making it so Weavile can no longer escape. And Steelix now sets up a Sandstorm, making it so that the new Mortal Devils will take continuous damage in between turns whilst that Sandstorm is kicked up. Now, the new Mortal Devils absolutely want to win this game, because if they win, they could actually move themselves up into the Elite Four. And Weavile, it goes for the super effective low sweep and gets the elimination of Bishop with that quad damage. Huge elimination there. Drapion follows up with the tackle. Unfortunately, that isn't going to be as good as that low sweep was. And now Steelix going for the Kinesis, looking to lower that accuracy here of Drapion. With that move, it is successful. Weavile and Drapion continuing to take damage from this Sandstorm. But as I said, the Devils want to win this game. Aggron coming out now for the Olivine. Obviously, the Devils want to win this game, but they want to be in that Elite Four position. As the Vital Throw from Weavile, continuing that super effective damage, going for Steelix, and Drapion's going to follow it up with the Flame Wheel here. And Steelix is barely holding on after that move, but Aggron now going for the Throat Chop onto Weavile. Not very effective there, and Steelix follows it up with the Shadow Claw, going for Drapion, doing very minimal damage to the Poison Dark type. There's that Sandstorm still taking effect. Both these sides, though, having so much going for them this season, so this matchup having those huge ramifications, as we only have 6 games for each side left. Now Aggron's going to go for the Smart Strike, and this will not miss, connecting with Drapion, getting a great hit in there, and Steelix follows it up with the Magma Storm, which is going to connect with Drapion and get that elimination. That is exactly what the Olivine need. They are such a great side. They have been all season. No one knows how they have lost this momentum so drastically, as Crocodile now comes out for the new Mortal Devils. Weavile going for the Spore. This is going to put Steelix to sleep, who is actually an easy target at the moment, so you have to wonder, maybe it should have gone for Aggron, and that Zap Cannon won't affect Steelix. But Aggron's going to go for the Razor Shell. This will be super effective on Crocodile, but Crocodile tanks that hit quite well, considering it just had its defenses low, and that is because it was Zoroark in its illusion all along, and Steelix is still fast asleep on the field as that Sandstorm finally subsides, which the new Mortal Devils are surely grateful for. And Weavile now going for the Blue Flare onto Aggron, getting a fantastic hit, and Zoroark follows it up with the Glare. This is actually going to leave Aggron paralyzed, which is great, leaving those status conditions on the Steel types, as Steelix is still fast asleep. Aggron needs to shake off the paralysis, and it is unable to. This is going to allow the new Mortal Devils to follow it up, as Weavile with the Boom Burst is going to hit everyone on the field, but it takes out Steelix. Even though not very effective, Steelix has been eliminated. That is fantastic for the Devils, and Zoroark follows it up with the Land's Wrath, and Aggron is taken out with that super effective hit. The new Mortal Devils are starting to build some momentum, as we have Duraludon coming out for the Olivine, and it's going to be joined by Aegislash in its shield form. There are only 3 Pokemon remaining for the Steel types. Weavile is going to follow it up with a Glare of its own now too, which is going to paralyze Duraludon. Fantastic there. That Cross Poison, though, won't affect Aegislash, and Aegislash now going for the Roar is going to send Zoroark back to the bench. Out in its place comes Pangoro, who is part Fighting type. It definitely wants to capitalize on that over Duraludon. Thankfully, Aegislash can avoid it thanks to its Ghost typing, but that X-Scissor onto Duraludon, not very effective from Weavile. Aegislash going for the Acid Armor. It's going to keep itself in its shield form for the time being. It is going to boost that defense a great deal, which will switch to its attack when it becomes its Blade form. And Duraludon going for the Seismic Toss. This would be super effective if Pangoro was just a regular Dark type, but that Fighting type prevents that from happening. Weavile going for the wish here. It definitely needs that health restored, as Aegislash, thinking along the same lines, sets up the Aqua Ring. And Pangoro goes with the splash. Nothing's going to happen, but Duraludon responding with the Poison Fang onto Weavile. Almost gets the elimination, but leaves it poisoned. That poisoning is actually going to finish Weavile off here. So Weavile is taken out of this matchup. The Olivine still in this with 3 Pokemon. 4 Pokemon still remaining for the new Marvel Devils. And a very wary looking Crocodile now comes out onto the field, looking very worse for wear. It does go for the Attract, and it does succeed. Duraludon falling in love with it, but Aegislash now is going to go with that stance change, becoming its Blade form, its attack and special attack, switching with its defense and physical defense. But that Acid Spray takes Zoroark, who's come back out in its illusion. It is eliminated from this matchup. It is now a 3 versus 3 battle, and we know that Crocodile will be the last Pokemon to come out, as that Spark from Pangoro is going to leave Aegislash paralyzed. They keep getting those status conditions on the Steel types, as not very effective hit there from Duraludon onto Pangoro, who just shakes it off. You don't want to be bitten by a Duraludon, but Pangoro does not care, and Incineroar comes out and immediately goes for the Charge Beam onto the Dragon Steel type. This is going to boost Incineroar's special attack with that move. Pangoro follows it up with the Nightshade, going for Duraludon. You have to think it should have gone for Aegislash, but it's still a great hit there onto Duraludon, who responds with the String Shot. This is greatly going to lower the speed of both Dark-type Pokemon, who have fantastic secondary typings to go up against the Steel type. So it's a really good play here by the new Marvel Devils. Aegislash setting up the Rain Dance, and you have to think that Fire Kitten does not want to be out in the rain. Now both these sides, very back and forth game. This is exactly what you want to see in the PokeType League. And Duraludon gonna go for the Pin Missile now. That Fire typing prevents it from being super effective. This is where it's a really good play of those secondary typings. It's got 3 hits, so fantastic there by Duraludon. However, Incineroar is going to respond with another electric type move, going for the Shockwave, and Duraludon holds on after that not very effective move. Aegislash now going for the Fake Teeth. It needs to capitalize on its high offense, try and get some eliminations here, as Pangoro going with the Petal Blizzard, hits everybody on the field, but Duraludon still able to hold on. Even gets a critical hit on its own teammate. Thankfully, it wasn't very effective there on Incineroar, and Aegislash continuing to restore its health with that Veil of Water. Duraludon now going for the Fell Stinger, continuing those Bug-type attacks that would be great on a Dark-type if it wasn't for those secondary typings. Will-O-Wisp fails from Incineroar, but Aegislash with the Fire Spin actually connects with the Fire-type Pokemon. Incineroar is going to take continuous damage from that Fire Spin, as the Dark Pulse takes down Duraludon from Pangoro. That is a fantastic elimination. That is huge for the new Marvel Devils. They definitely need that in this late game, as Incineroar continues to take damage from that Fire Spin. And the last Pokemon for the Olivine is Excadrill. As always, the Steel types are in their shiny form this season. And now Excadrill going for the multi-attack onto Pangoro and gets the much needed crucial elimination. It is now a 2 versus 2 battle. We know Crocodile is the last Pokemon for the new Marvel Devils, but first Incineroar going with the Agility. It is going to restore some of that speed stat that it lost earlier. And there's Aegislash restoring its health with that Veil of Water still, as Incineroar continues to take the damage from the Fire Spin. It definitely wants Aegislash off the field, otherwise it runs the risk of being eliminated. But now Crocodile, the real Crocodile, with the Prismatic Laser onto Aegislash, gets a really good hit there, especially for a not very effective attack. Excadrill responds for its side with the Blue Flare, and Incineroar is able to hold on. That Fire Spin will surely take it out at the end of this turn. But first, it is going to go for a Prismatic Laser of its own, following up Crocodile's going for Aegislash here, and Aegislash is taken out after 2 powerful, not very effective hits. It prevents that Fire Spin from continuing on Incineroar, so Incineroar is still in this matchup by a thread, as both Crocodile and Incineroar are going to have to recharge. Excadrill goes for the Misty Terrain. This is good. The new Marvel Devils do not want to be hit by any fairy attacks, but it didn't go for the easy elimination of Incineroar, who is going to have to recharge now. And Crocodile is going to go for the Frenzy Plant onto Excadrill. Massive damage there. Luckily, it wasn't super effective. And Excadrill misses with the Fissure as we get a time warning. But Incineroar with the Jaw Lock onto Excadrill gets the elimination. The new Marvel Devils have come to Olivine City and beaten the Olivine in a fantastic matchup. That is 4 losses in a row for the Olivine, and they have actually dropped out of the Elite Four for the first time since round 1. That is unbelievable. The new Marvel Devils moving themselves up into 4th place. That is fantastic for them. And their next matchup will be against the Lumiose Lightning, who actually face the Coney Spring in our next round. The Olivine will be going up against the Cinnabar Flare next round. Sorry, our next game will be the Lumiose Lightning taking on the Coney Spring. Both these sides still in it with a chance to make the championship trials. But until then, Nidorinos, thank you so much for watching. Let us know in the comments below who you thought was the best on field. And if you enjoyed what you saw, please leave a like, share, subscribe. But more importantly, always remember, you are awesome, and I'll see you when you see me.